set.
Right.
Okay, so we'll go to the next problem. Okay. So second problem is minimum number of steps to make two strings anagram. So do you know what is anagram? Anagram is if you are giving two strings and you can try different permutation of one string to build the second string, then those two strings are anagram, right? For example, in this example, BAB is one string, another is ABA. Suppose instead of ABA, it was BBA, then I could change the order of the characters in T to make it S. So we can say in that particular case, that S and T are anagram. But in this problem, we know that most likely, yeah, sometimes you will have, maybe they are already anagram, like in third case, but in some cases they are not. Then you have to tell how many characters you will replace to make second string anagram of first string.
Can you please repeat the problem?
Repeat the problem?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me try to explain using on the whiteboard. It's easier, I think, because we can change things.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, let's clear. Okay.
And what we need to return here?
The minimum number of characters you will change. So suppose your one string was it ABA? I can't see the example now, but anyway, the another is BBA.
Yeah.
Right? Probably this was your source, like you want to build this one from this one. I think that is what was required.
Okay.
So if you change this particular character to B, then they are equal, right?
Right.
So that is the problem. Like, what is the minimum number of characters you will be changing in one of the string to make the other string same?
Similar.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So anyone try to solve it or has an idea?
So first, the length of two string have to be the same, right?
First, the length of the two string, actually it's given in the problem, luckily. Actually, yeah, it's a very nice thing you remembered. I had forgotten that they are already of equal length.
Oh, okay.
And if they are not equal, then?
In this particular problem, they are saying it is equal, but if it was not, and suppose I had like, X, 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 I have to delete all these, right?
So if they are not equal, so first we need to make equal, then we start. That you are trying to say?
The two strings length is definitely equal because it is given in the assumption. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That is given in the problem itself. Okay.
Yeah.
And I think the problem also state that we have to make the second string. We only change the second string so that will match the first string. Is that, can anybody confirm?
What was your question? Sorry, can you repeat?
The problem state that we have two string, right? The first and the second string. And we have to change the second string so that match the first string.
Yeah, so this was T and this was S in the problem.
But
so,
we are here, we are changing in the T, not S, right? We are changing T and making as S, right?
That's right. In the problem, it was given in the opposite order. I just wrote it in this order, but yeah.
So my thinking for this would be do the character count, because normally in anagram we must have the same character count.
It's a very nice observation.
So looks like we need to count the both strings first, and then what we can do here, let's say we can go one by one and we count every character in S first, and then decrement the count in the same character, and every time count goes below 0, it means that some other character is missing, and so we add 1 to result. So that is, I can say, if I'm going to write the rest here.
So I'm doing what you guys said. This was your S, right? It had 2 B's, 1 A, and this is our T, which had 1 B, 2 A's, right? So also you suggested that that characters should match the number, because any anagram will have same number of each character, right?
Right.
So somehow now we are saying, since we are one sort of this B, and here we need 2 B's, we have to add 1 B from somewhere, right? Because
those need to be changed, because first we need to count every character in S first, and then scan T and then decrement the count in the same character. So every time goes to below 0. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, this is Vivek. A quick suggestion actually, right? So I think maybe we should just draw out what Sukin was saying. So in this case, if you subtract, after you're done with it, B will be 1 and A will be -1, right?
Yes.
So, okay, let's go through that, that 2 things. So did I build this right for S? That was your first step?
Right.
Okay. So now you are suggesting go process T and then start decrementing the count, right?
Right.
So I saw A. So what should I do here? I should decrement the count from 1 to 0.
Yeah, means we need to decrement the count with the same character, right? What I'm saying, we have count every character in S first, right? And then scan T, and then decrement the count in the same character.
So, okay. So your first step is build this map, right? Is that right?
Right.
So
right.
we did that, right? We are done with that step. Okay. Now the second step is we are iterating over this guy, right? Or actually I have written it wrong way. So let's scan this guy, T. Okay. So I did see A. What should I do? We have this map. Should I
subtract A, so that A becomes 0, correct?
Right.
Now B becomes 1. After the second character, B becomes 1.
That's right.
And
right,
then A becomes -1.
So when you see this -1, you think that you are running sort of something. So you do something, right?
No, don't do anything at this point. You're done.
Okay.
Right now you're done, right?
Okay.
Now, wait up. Just what you see here is that after you're done with this, right, you will find some letters have a positive value, some letters have 0 value, and some letters have negative value. This is what you'll have.
Yeah.
So where it is 0, that is not a problem. Okay. The sum of all the positives will be equal to sum of all the negatives.
Right.
Always, like even if you have like A, B, C, D, E, F, right?
Right.
So then if you just simply add up all the positive numbers, that is the answer.
If you simply add up all the positive numbers, that will be the answer. Okay.
Or you add up the negative numbers.
Or you just add up all these, right? I was looking that way, but yeah.
If you whether you add up the positive numbers or whether you add up the negative numbers, or you add up the absolute value and divide it by 2, all these 3 are answers.
Right. Did it make sense to everyone?
Yeah, another method maybe when you notice like the character A number is from 1 to 0. Once the number is 0, you delete that character in your map. And when you meet with the second A, the map didn't have the A character.
Mhm.
Yeah, the -1, this step will not do that. Yeah,
Right.
and at last you just calculate the positive number of every character in your map. That's the answer.
That will work.
Fantastic suggestion. That also will work, right?
Yeah, that
Essentially,
will
what
work.
you're saying
Yeah.
is every time you now that you've gotten rid of all the A's or equivalent number of A's, any more A's that you want to take away from this,
Yeah.
anything that you're not able to take away, you should just keep track of that. So you just keep another variable where you're saying number of mismatches, and anytime you cannot go below 0, you just store that in the result. You just keep adding. So in this case, you will add, instead of making the 0 to a -1, you will just put it in the result, which is what I think Roger was looking at as well.
Yeah, this is what, like, same three ways to do the same logic. You, whenever you are running sort of things, you can say it is minus, you can say it doesn't exist, but they mean the same thing. For us, we definitely know that we need something which is missing here. So we are just, increasing the count, and then we will have that as our result, right? Anyone has any questions or better ideas, other ideas? Time complexity. Can someone tell me the time complexity for this?
It's big of n,
Order
right?
of n, right? Order of n is n.
Okay. And space complexity?
Order
Could
of 1.
be big of n too, because in case we, oh wait, let me see. I don't know.
So the problem, do they mention it's all alphabetical, like, yeah, all lowercase English letters only. If you're looking for that, yeah,
So
Yeah,
26,
constant.
just 26. So constant.
Yeah, it's a constant. Will you use map or you will use array for this building this?
Just array.
Map. I think map is it's good to search one character. If you use the array, you have to check each of them.
Do you have
No,
to?
you can do indexing, right? So
Oh,
like
yeah,
A
yeah.
will be in 0th
Yeah.
location, B will be in 1, and Z will be in 25. So you should be fine using either a map or
Yes.
an array. But I think the in such questions where especially where it's limited, it's just preferred to use array.
Yeah, because we have some limited numbers, so we should not be worry about much more. Yeah, but if we have some other, then we have to think something else. Yeah.
And not only that, but I also thinking of using map. You have to write more because you have to remember the API. Check if it exists, and that type. It could be the code would be a bit longer.
It should be roughly the same. I think.
Yeah, the runtime
will
will be the same. I mean, but the
no,
code.
even
I mean,
writing code, right?
writing
The
code.
number of
Yeah.
specifically the other algorithm where we said we will delete the A if it's not there and handle it. You just have to handle array of values equal to 0, then don't subtract and things like that. It's like the if conditions will change, but I think it will be a one-to-one in terms of number of lines. It will be identical. Is what my initial read is. Space complexity, the map might take like maybe 2 or 3x more than the array, but it's still like O of n. So or O of 1 in this case.
Yep. I mean, we are all on the same page. It's good that we brought up that array thing, because map has overhead, but for all practical purposes, go with anything. Just be aware that if you are asked, the stuff, like, about like why we can use array in this particular case. A map gives you more flexibility. Suppose, like, you don't know which character can come, your map implementation will still work, but array, you will have a tricky time to get this working, right? So should we move to the next problem, or is there any questions on this or any suggestions?
I think we can move to the next problem.
Great. So what did I do? So share a screen. Let's go to the problem number 3.